I'm Kelsey from vanillajoy.com, and today's video tutorial is going to teach you how some of the basic steps that you'll need to know to make a crocheted headband, or really anything crocheted. So whenever you crochet, the first thing that you do is tie a slip knot. And you tie a slip knot by folding the short end of the string over the end that's going to the skein, and fold it over onto the long end and pull a loop through. So one more time, you take the short end over the long end and pull up the long end. And your pattern will probably say something like chain, for example, chain 8. To chain, that's just a single, you're just pulling the yarn through the loop. So you yarn over and pull it through a loop. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You start counting from this last loop. You don't count the one on your hook, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're kind of hard to see, but each stitch is a V, is kind of a V shape, and I usually just count one side of the V. Then your pattern will probably say something like half double crochet in the third chain from the hook. So this is the first chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do a half double crochet in that loop right there. To do a half double crochet, you yarn over, stick your hook into the loop, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull up 3 loops all at a time. So when you half double crochet, you yarn over, and your pattern will probably tell you to half double crochet all the way across in each stitch. So I've already done this stitch right there. You can see I have that loop pulling out of that stitch, so I'm going to go into the next one. You yarn over, go through the loop, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over and pull through all 3. That's a half double crochet, so I'm going to keep doing that to the end of the row. At the end of the row, let's see, your pattern will tell you to chain 2. If you're half double crocheting, you usually chain 2 at the end. So chain 2, you just yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. So now I have a chain of 2. This was the last half double crochet, and I have these 2 right here. And then it will say to turn, and that just means to turn your work over. And like I said, those are the 2 loops, and this right here is the first loop that I'm going to be working in. So now your pattern will probably tell you that you need to increase. To increase, you do 1 stitch just like normal, so a half double crochet. Then I'm going to do a second half double crochet in that same hook. You see where my yarn is coming out right there? I'm going to go back through that same loop. And depending on what your pattern says, there's several ways to increase. The one I'm most familiar with, you do single or just 1 half double crochet all the way across till you get to the very last loop where you do 2 more. It's kind of hard to tell which is the last, so sometimes I like to put little markers in my very end stitches. But right there, that loop on top is my last one. I'm going to do 2 half double crochets into that stitch. And if you mess up, just pull it out. Okay, so then you're going to chain 2 again. You always chain 2 at the end and turn. After you get done with half of the head warmer, you're going to be decreasing. And you decrease the opposite of how you increase. So instead of doing 2 half double crochets into this stitch, I'm going to do I'm going to half double crochet 2 together. So I'm going to half double crochet these 2 adjacent stitches together. And so you yarn over, stick your hook in the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, stick your needle in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and now you have 5 loops on your hook. You're going to pull the yarn through all 5 loops. And that is how you half double crochet 2 together. So now these 2 stitches up here are just 1. I'll show that again. You go into your first one, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 5 loops. And that should be everything you need to know to make a crocheted head warmer or hat.